Soldiers of Shoot. Soldiers of Shoot.
Soldiers of Shoot, this is Hollywood Edwards, and with me tonight is a special guest. We are going to talk some WWE for the week, Raw, Smackdown, specifically Dean Ambrose, Becky and Ronda. We have some things to get into. My guest with me, I guess you can say he is the head of the SOS militia down there in Philly, the Philadelphia chapter. I believe he works at the recruiting center for Soldiers of Shoot. Lil Q. What's going on, Q?
What's up, bro? I'm chilling. North Philly. Sunny day today. It was beautiful. Even though it's February, whatever. It was so beautiful.
Yeah, well.
But yeah, bro. I'm ready to talk some wrestling.
Well, soak that weather up while you can, because we only have 2 more days of it, and then it's going down.
And then it's back to winter.
Yes. Some snow in the forecast for next week.
I just don't understand, bro. It's ridiculous.
It's like McMahon is booking the weather. You know,
I know, like it's so unpredictable and terrible.
Unpredictable. That's the perfect word. Okay, before we get started with the Raw talk. Last week we opened the channel. We had some discussions about Dean Ambrose specifically. Let's start with Dino. I believed that the news when it broke, Wade Keller broke the story. I believed it was a shoot. I believe he is actually leaving the company. Then they tweeted out the, their typical future endeavors type situation and used his real name in the tweet. Just for the record, where do you stand on that? Do you think it's a gigantic work that they're doing, or do you think he's really gone in April?
No, I totally think he's gone. Like I was watching that live, the whole when he was sitting in the chair thing, and to me it looked so like it was totally Dean. It to me it didn't seem anything like like he was even he was supposed to do it. I guess like it didn't even seem like he was booked to even sit in that chair.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was so weird when it came out of the thing, and then like I saw all the the dirt sheets about saying that he was gone, and then I thought totally like I totally think he's gone, and like I can't blame him. I can't remember, like he's been booked in the IC scene forever, it seems like. And I mean, personally, I don't think he's anything like I don't think he's a huge star, but I also don't think he's been booked well enough to be that huge star. Like I think he's been doing the same thing for years. Yeah. And I think he's just discontent. I think he wants to leave. Like I don't think it's a work at all. I think it's a shoot. Like I totally think he wants to leave.
Yeah.
And I can't blame him, honestly. Like I'm totally glad.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and I think he's limited, and I think that might be why he was never the star that we were thinking he may have been.
Yeah.
But if you go back and watch, I heard a clip this week of his interview he did with the podcast interview with Stone Cold on the network.
Yeah.
I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago, and it kind of got some attention because Austin was talking to him, and Austin had some fire in his eyes, and he wanted, I don't know if you remember it, but he was telling Ambrose, like, what's wrong with you, man? Come on, kick the door down, I
think I do remember this, actually, yeah.
But I remember when it happened, I was taken aback by Ambrose because I thought he came off kind of like a jerk. But when you go back and listen to it, he said something to the effect of, I'm going to misquote him here, but he said something like, you're playing in somebody else's sandbox, man. All I can do is make suggestions, and if I can't do anything, I can't do anything. And now, after what we know, it's kind of like, okay, he was basically saying, I can't go out there and do what you want me to do. I can't be you, And
that was like you said, it was like 2 or 3 years ago. So at this point, it's like, like who knows? He could have been waiting for a year and a half or 2 to just be like, I can't wait till my contract ends. You know what I'm saying? And if like I said, if you think about him coming up in the Shield, like he was always to me like just the outcast of the Shield, not even saying like character wise. Like I know he's booked as like a loose cannon, like he's crazy, whatever.
Right.
I'm just saying like clearly Roman and Seth, they had a plan for them.
Right.
And I think Dean was always that guy that's just like, okay, like we don't know what to do with them, so we're just gonna have him feud with Roman or Seth for 2 years, and then he'll win the IC belt here. But like to me, like it seems like he was never gonna be booked as the Roman or like the Seth. And I totally could see why he's just like, bro, like you're not letting me be myself. Like you made me come up in this like the whole Shield thing at first, I guess was cool, but obviously like his work on the indies and stuff, that's not him. And like they weren't letting him be him. Mm-hmm. And like if you even think about, you know, how just like, I mean, it's like a weird comparison, but if you think about how Punk was discontent with like his creative control, like years ago, I mean, like it's to the point where they have so many writers. It's like, are these guys even do they have any input in their character development? You know what I'm saying? I feel like they're literally just like, Dean, go out there, just do your thing, but like you have to do what we tell you to do. Like you can't be yourself. And I think if they would actually let him, you know, bring that himself out in his character more, he'd be so over. Because he's like, bro, he's like the perfect. I was texting you about this. Like I would love to see him in AEW having like street fights and just going crazy and just killing people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they don't let him do that. He's just like for instance, they're having not like if he's supposed to be this loose cannon dude, they're having Nia Jax like have an in-ring confrontation with him. And if he's supposed to be this loose cannon dude, like he should be fighting back and destroying her. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
Like foreign objects. You know, I don't know. I think he's totally discontent. I think he needs to get out. Like honestly, it's ridiculous. Like and that Austin podcast, that makes so much sense looking back at it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like at the time, like you said, it's like, he might be being a jerk, but nah, I mean, he must truly have been waiting on this for a while.
Yeah, he like you said, if he goes to AEW and he becomes AEW's maniac, you know, they should reserve that spot for him. You know, if they think they can get him, man, just reserve that spot. Okay, he's the maniac. We got our maniac, you know.
Yeah, 100%.
But
that'd be so good.
Going to Raw here, the only two highlights that I thought were worth talking about were Dean and, of course, the ongoing Becky Ronda saga.
Yeah.
Ambrose comes out and interrupts the EC3 Alexa Bliss segment, Nia Jax segment, and when he came out and, you know, he started the whole thing, Nia, stop following me. I know you're getting obsessed with me. You need to stop following me. The crowd is popping. Okay, he starts going to EC3 and he's holding the mic, asking him questions, but pulling the mic away because I don't know why, but EC3 is not allowed to talk. I don't know what they're doing with that, but that's the story so far. But as Ambrose is doing this stuff, he's saying, what happened to EC1 and EC2? Who are you? You know, what's your name? You know, he's doing the whole thing. He called him a Creed fan. I thought it was fantastic. And the crowd's popping, and I'm sitting here watching this, and I'm thinking, this is typical WWE. Now that he's on his way out the door, he's got 2 months left of a contract, they're just going to say, who cares, Dean? Go out and do whatever the hell you want. We don't care. Now he's popping the crowd.
Yeah.
And it's going to be done in 2 months. But I thought that was probably the best segment he's done in, I don't know, maybe since he's been there.
Honestly. And that's gonna backfire on them totally. Because if they're just like, I don't know what we're gonna do with you, so just go out and be yourself, and he gets all of these people popping for him, he's getting fans, and then he jumps ship to AEW. Like, I don't like. Is it to the extent where they should, if this is like this, if this is truly real, which I think it is, and I know you think it is,
yes,
then why would what's the point of even why would you not take him off TV? Because clearly, if he is probably the most entertaining part of your show, and he's gonna be gone in 2 months. Why would he even I feel like I'm sure they think they owe it to him, but if logically from a business standpoint, why would you still put him out on TV? That doesn't make sense.
Well, I think he's probably going to from Vince's perspective, he's probably going to use him for what he can in the last 2 months. And that's probably, as we saw with EC3 beat him in his debut match. So he'll probably keep using him in spots to devalue him.
Yeah.
To say and use him to get other people over, I guess. Put other guys up on the way out the door. That'd be my guess.
I just think he's a guy though that no matter what they're gonna make him do, he's gonna find a way to somehow pop the crowd and get over. You know what I'm saying? If he's gonna because I remember I think I was talking to you about this. I remember when I first initially saw the whole Nia Dean thing. Mm-hmm. I was like, are they seriously gonna make him job to Nia? But in at Mania or whatever, but in my opinion, I think he can make it hilarious and or he'll at least make it good, and then he's gone. But I mean, if that's how they want to use him, I'm sure he'll find a way to make it at least entertaining for people.
Right. I will say this too: he didn't no-show Raw, so
yeah.
If it is true, he's being a pro about it, which is a good thing.
I mean, which I feel like. I mean, I know like I've heard he's actually like a good dude. I don't think he would do that to them. I mean, they've been paying him for years now.
Let's move on to Becky and Ronda. Okay, so we got Raw this week, and we just watched SmackDown as we record this. So, by the way, excellent match between Randy Orton and Mustafa Ali. I nearly fell over when I watched that.
So
good. So great, maybe.
Dude, honestly, could be great.
It was a good match, man. I was shocked.
Yeah. Good action, little heat.
You know who that Mustafa reminds me of?
Who?
Smaller version of John Morrison.
I see that.
Can you see it?
He's flashy. He's flashy like Morrison too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he's got the charisma that my boy Johnny Mundo does, or Johnny Impact.
Right.
But I don't know. I see it in ring wise.
Can you see in the future his name becoming Johnny Elite?
Oh, dude.
Dude, that would be awesome.
If that happens, oh my god. Oh, dude. That would be like that's like Christmas morning for me. If he becomes John, that's like so perfect.
I know.
All of this like Johnny Mundo, Johnny Impact, Johnny whatever. It's all Johnny Nitro.
Johnny Nitro. Yep.
It's all just built up so he could be Johnny Elite. That's the only reason he did it. He's known something for 12 years. Like, I'm telling you.
He saw this coming 12 years ago. Becky and Ronda coming off SmackDown. Dude, I don't know how you can take... And listen, we talked about this last week. I'm assuming you heard some of our thoughts on it. But, okay, the fact that they tap her out to Asuka... She wants to get in the Rumble to fight Ronda, which means, story-wise, she doesn't really care that she just tapped to Asuka. Finley puts her in the match. I don't know how he has authority, but he does.
Dude,
he goes into the Rumble.
Oh, my God.
She goes
like,
in.
I'm saying that.
Nobody cares.
Oh, my dude. Bro, I'm telling you, like, quick, like, not even a sidebar. I'm sitting there. Like, keep in mind, I'm at college. I'm with a ton of people who barely even know what pro wrestling is. And I'm sitting there and I'm like giggling, like watching Finley do this. And no one has no idea. Like they have no idea why I'm giggling because they're obviously just like watching. And like in my head, I'm freaking out. I'm like, why is Finley even out? I didn't even know he was with the company. I was so confused. Like,
I know. So from there, dude. Okay, so she chooses Ronda. Obviously, they set up the main event. The fans don't really care. Nobody cares. They have that go-between, and this was the first thing that I noticed. Her and Ronda have the go-between, and people can say, Ronda... I don't know where the Ronda hate's coming from. Let's stop there. Where's the Ronda hate coming from all of a sudden? Because I remember a year ago, they were dying because Ronda signed with the WWE. Why do they hate her now?
Dude, listen. If people have a problem with Ronda, they need to have a problem with, like, 30 of those other girls. Like dude, every pay-per-view, she's having a 5-star match. And she's out there every week. She's doing her thing. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know how you can even hate her for it. Like, maybe it's because of the whole UFC thing. Maybe it's just like Brock. Like, it has something to do with Brock. Backlash from that. They just think she's gonna leave. I know there's rumors she's gonna leave, but I don't know how you could hate on her when she's there and she's having 5-star matches. And like Sasha Banks has, I don't know, like she's good. People love her. But like Ronda and her had an incredible match at the Rumble.
I agree.
And I just don't understand like at all why people are gonna like hate on her if she's gonna. And because I remember I thought Asuka versus Becky was good, and then I was like, that's a really good opener. And then I saw the Ronda Sasha match, and I was like, okay, that blew that out of the water. And like that's what you want. And Ronda's like a perfect girl. I don't want to completely compare her to Lesnar, but she is like the star power of a Lesnar.
Sure.
For the women's division, like she is the Lesnar of the women's division in a way. But I mean, she's there every week. I don't get the hate at all because like people when she came out and she said I'm full WWE, like I'm going with the full schedule, I'm all in. I don't know how you can hate her for that. She's tried to, diverse her career and make it so that she fits perfectly with the pro wrestling lifestyle. And I thought she did that perfectly. So there's the hate from that perspective. Like I cannot see any hate at all. Like I have no idea, bro. I have no idea why people are hating on her.
Yeah. So here's my first thing. Going back to Raw. Last week, she's in the ring. Becky comes out. people are, trying to hijack Ronda's promos, probably because they hate her. And Becky comes out, and I was not impressed with her promo, and then Ronda turned into that heel for the last part of her promo last week.
Yeah.
I thought that was fantastic. This week, she cuts that awesome promo to her face in the back as Becky's standing there. Right before that, the segment before, Stephanie is doing all the talking. Becky is standing there. Fast forward to tonight, Triple H is doing all the talking, and Becky is standing there. So if we are going to start pushing her and calling her Steve Austin, she better figure out that she can't just stand there holding a mic. She's got to say something. I don't know. This comparison to Steve Austin in the Attitude Era, I'm starting to see chinks in her armor, so to speak. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%. Like, it's not even. I don't even like. I don't know. I don't know if. Look, obviously, like Becky's very over.
Yes.
But I told you this. Like, she's not Steve Austin over. Like, when she on SmackDown tonight, when she came from the crowd, I was like, I literally had no idea what was happening because Charlotte was pointing out the WrestleMania side. Honestly, she looked like an idiot for like a solid 20 seconds. And then they finally cut to her, and like people, I don't know if they didn't realize it. She got no pop, and then she comes out, and honestly, like she was entertaining with the whole like I forget what she said. She said something that made me like giggle. Like when she was walking up the ramp and Charlotte was carrying on, she said something. But like if she's supposed to be suspended, I don't understand how she's even able to like, you know what I'm saying? Like they let her, like I don't know if it's because like the security guard's like, oh, I can't touch a girl, whatever. But like one, she's being booked as the man,
right?
So like, she should be in there. Like remember Austin when he was. I'm just thinking of like the Tyson when he was doing all that stuff. He was throwing punches and people were like running him over. Like if they're gonna book her, like if they want to book her to that, that's gonna get heat on her. Like doing stuff like that is gonna make her look better. Instead of, like you said, she stands there with a mic and just have a weird, awkward stare down, and Triple H's nose takes up half of the frame.
True.
and then, like, if she's suspended, I know Triple H, it was weird because he came out and he's like, you need to leave. I'm Triple H. Like, I'm the boss. And then she just stands there for another, I don't know, what was it, like 5-10 minutes? Right. And no one, the security guards, like, when he said that, I don't even know if the security guards even flinched together. Like, they're all standing there, bro. And then they have this, I don't even know if it was a dueling promo. Like you said, she held the mic, and he's just talking to her, and then they stare at each other, and she slaps him, and then they just have another stare down. And like that's, to me, it's just like the fans want to see her talk at least. I mean, she's very over, and if the fans want to see her talk, and she's gotten all this, like heat behind her, and she's becoming the man or whatever, people don't want to see her have a stare down with the nose for 10 minutes and not say anything. It's so ridiculous. I don't understand why they're booking her this way. Like
I think a lot of it too. If you notice Triple H's promo, he said the same thing over and over again. He said it like three times. You're suspended. You need to leave. And then he's going on and on and on. And I think you're getting out of this. You're getting out of this. And then he repeated the whole thing. And I think he was waiting for her to do something, like pick up the mic and say something, like shut him down. But she didn't do it.
Dude, I don't know if it's like. I'm a big Becky fan. I'm a big Becky fan.
Sure, yeah.
I don't know if I think she's talented. Wrestling-wise, I don't think she's as good as, a few girls there.
Yeah.
She might not even be top 5. You know what I'm saying? Like, she might not even be top 5 in ring-wise. And I don't even know if she has, like, the innate ability to go out there and get over like an Austin. Like, like, I'm not, like, I don't want to compare to Austin because he's an all-time great. But if that was him or some of the other really over people and, like, the history of the company, they'd be just like ad-libbing talking to him. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, they wouldn't care. I think there's like this weird thing where talent can't stand up. Even like they can't. Triple H would have loved that. Like I'm telling you, he wouldn't have. I mean, he shouldn't have. If she would have just been ad-libbing funny, like, going at him, like calling names and stuff, like why would she not do that? And if you're going to want her to get over, you need to let her talk. Or she has to realize she needs to talk. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if there's a barrier there, but like you said, it was literally him just repeating things. Yeah. And like, it's like we get your point across, but then again, if you're telling her she can't be here and she needs to go to rehab, whatever, why is she still standing in the ring saying nothing? It was like a wasted. It could have been like a 5-minute segment. It was like a wasted 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Totally. Yeah. They what they probably should have done logically, if you're looking at it from a logic standpoint, Triple H probably should have said what he had to say in 5 minutes instead of 15. They should have did the stare down, and he should have just said, "Security, get her out of here." And that's where it goes. But instead, he let her walk up the ramp. And I know they did that with Austin with the handcuffs, and he's kicking, and the head's going, "You son of a bitch, I'll stop a butthole." Well, let her do that. I mean, it's not going to be the exact same thing. Everybody's compared her to Austin. People would probably like to see that, a little something different. But I don't know, man. I feel like they finally got her in this position, and now it's almost like, ooh, what do we do now?
Yeah, but what they should be doing is saying, okay, we got her in this position. Let her be herself.
Right.
And I mean, I'm not saying book her exactly like Austin, but I mean, maybe take some things from that, like
Sure.
And it's not the same situation as Austin. Like handcuffs there would have been completely like if she's suspended. I don't know if they don't know what suspension means, but you're not supposed to be at the building. Period.
Right.
Like, she's not supposed to be there. So why would they not, handcuff her, take her out, get the security guards to not let her in the first place? You know what I mean? It just makes no sense. And I don't know Vince is senile and he's watching and he's like, this is real good stuff. But like, seriously, bro, like, I don't know what they're doing. It doesn't make it, like, storyline wise, it makes zero sense. They contradict themselves every night. Triple H says the same things. Triple H literally just came out to reinforce what Stephanie said last night.
Yeah, it was basically the same promo. Yeah. Yeah, as a matter of fact,
and I mean,
put on your Bischoff Russo thinking cap in the Attitude Era. What they probably should have done was open the show with Triple H telling the security guards, like, outside the building. Dude, this is another thing that drives me nuts about WWE. They never film outside the building. Why? I don't understand it. Triple H with the security guards. If you see Becky Lynch, she just took out my wife. She's suspended. If you see her show up, you put the cuffs on her immediately and get her off the property. Like, wouldn't that be the most logical thing to do? And then you could play with that for the rest of the night,
Yeah, like that's what I was gonna say. Like, you do that as the show opens, the crowd pops, and then you see people getting attacked backstage throughout, just like some chicks getting attacked, maybe even a dude getting attacked backstage.
Sure, yeah.
Throughout the night, and then at the end, she strolls up in I don't know, a car maybe, or she's just walking, and she's like ends up in the arena somehow. But instead, they waste her, and she literally does nothing. She didn't come out of this looking great because they just did the same thing last night basically. And like you said, Triple H just reiterated it. But it's like their storylines are lacking so much. Their creativity, like you said, like Russo would have done exactly what you said. Bischoff would have done exactly what you said, and that's what made for great TV. And that's why the ratings are in the toilet. I mean, I know it's SmackDown, but like, I mean, it doesn't matter what show it is at this point. They need viewership. They need stuff to happen, and they need this to advance, and they need her to get over. You know what I mean? Like,
that's a good segue because there's one more thing I wanted to talk about before we get off here, but oh my God, dude. Okay. First off, on Raw, did you see the main event and how it ended?
No, I didn't. What happened?
It was Angle and Strowman versus McIntyre and Baron Corbin. Okay.
Yeah.
The end of the match, this was the finish. Braun Strowman gets disqualified.
Oh, wait, no, he double chokeslammed them, right? And they went through the stairs or whatever?
Yeah. But why did he get disqualified? Did you catch what they said? It was because he attacked a person that wasn't legal. Bro, that happens in every tag team match. Tonight on SmackDown, it opened up with Doc Gallows hitting the other guy that wasn't legal, so he fell off the apron. What are we doing?
I'm literally I'm having so much just nostalgic thoughts. I'm just seeing like Edge and Christian, and the Hardys just having a big schmoz in the ring. Like, no one got disqualified there, right? Like, do they understand? Like, bro, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. What? Why? Like, who sits back there like, oh, I have a great ending. He's gonna chokeslam him, but then he's gonna get disqualified. Why don't you just let Braun win at that point? Why?
I don't know.
Like, that's a cool spot, so just let him win. Like, I don't like, bro, and like, bro, all in that last tag team match, they were all just killing each other. Like, do you have any idea how mad people would have been if they were like, oh, the Young Bucks didn't win because they attacked the unlegal dude, and there was just like. They don't know how to do anything now. Like, honestly.
Oh my God, it's unbelievable. And the other thing I wanted to bring up too, and I thought Triple H was going to fix it tonight because he said to Becky, "I'm wondering if you're even hurt." I'm wondering if that leg's even hurt. And I was sitting there going, please address this because it's been sticking in my craw since Royal Rumble. The footage, dude, of Becky getting pushed off the steps.
Yo, she grabbed her right knee.
She grabbed
first, right?
So they have the brace in the other leg.
No, bro, no, because if you look, because I saw that live because I was watching it, and I turned over to one of my friends. I'm like, guys, she just grabbed the wrong leg first, and then she grabbed her left leg. Because like I saw that happen live, and I'm like, I don't know, because then clearly she, but like at that point, right? Becky's got to know that like if I'm whatever they said, like I don't know if they're like it has to be your left knee, but like if she falls on her right knee and that's when she grips first, she's just got to roll with it, and
right?
They have to make adjustments. You know what I'm saying?
And that's
so,
the
like,
thing. If she screwed up there, which I'm pretty sure she probably just grabbed the wrong leg, but here's the thing. Okay, that's forgivable because as soon as she grabbed the wrong leg at the Rumble, she started selling the left leg. So I was like, okay, whatever, that's fine. But no, on Raw, the production has to be so bad, Stephanie's going through the whole thing with the knee, and they're showing the clips of the Royal Rumble, and they show the picture of her holding the wrong knee. What the hell is wrong with them?
Why wouldn't they just show a picture like 2 seconds later where she's laying on the ground holding her left knee? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's my point. That's my point.
I swear, dude, they have like that creative team or just whoever's in charge. I don't know if it's Vince. I don't know if it's Trips. I don't know if it's Steph. I don't know if it's Shane. I don't know if it's the entire writing team. They have no idea what's going on at this point.
No.
Like, I seriously think they take it day by day, and they're just like, whatever happens, happens. I don't think they have. I think like it's just basically in their heads. It's like, all right, we have Ronda and Becky for Mania, but whatever's gonna happen in between there. They have no idea what's going on. They're like, oh, Becky will get an injury. But they don't think about the little things that mean so much to us wrestling fans.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They don't, because there's people like casual wrestling fans, like kids and, you know, like parents who just watch it. Oh, it's fun. And then there's people like us who actually care about it and we watch it and we see these little things.
Right.
But like that's not even really a little thing. That's just them being dumb and like obviously dumb. Like that just blows my mind that they would seriously put a picture of her holding the wrong knee.
Yeah, it's easily
What were they
fixable.
thinking?
Don't show it. Show, like you said, show 2 seconds later when she's holding the left knee.
Yeah, or just don't, you know, you don't have to do the segment at all where you're breaking down the production. Like, Did they not look at the picture before they rolled that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yep.
Like I'm saying, like they play it so, like segment by segment in a way. Like you said about Russo and Bischoff earlier. I remember, I don't know what specifically it was, but I remember watching a thing about Bischoff where he said he would come in and like at night or whatever, he would literally have like 6 months of TV written out at a time.
Yeah.
Like they would go through it and they would like, I think it was just like him at the time, and then he'd come up with ideas and he'd write it down. So they'd literally come in with 6 months of TV, and these guys like seriously, do you think? I honestly think the issue is it's just become so the whole company, bro. They have so much going on. It's become so much bigger. They have so much money. I just don't think they take their product as seriously as they need to, and they need to realize. I know because I can speak on this because I'm like younger. I'm a freshman in college. I can tell you that like my generation right now, nobody watches pro wrestling because it's not cool. And they need to realize that like they need to start making cutting edge TV like Nitro did and like the Attitude Era did. And also, I don't care what people say. The Attitude Era only happened because Nitro was the first people were the first. It was the first show that was cutting edge TV as far as wrestling goes.
Let me ask you this. In 2019, you're a guy just coming up. You're, approaching 20, 21 years old, you and your friends. What is cutting edge now? Like, what would today's version of the Attitude Era look like for you?
Bro, okay, so honestly, I'm not even kidding because I haven't really thought of it before, but I would like if they were into wrestling so we could watch together and stuff. The cutting edge to them would be like I showed them the Omega Pentagon match, the Young Bucks match. They've seen the Cody Aldis match from All In. And when they watch that, they're amazed by the athleticism.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And they don't even have storylines. They have no knowledge of the storylines. And I also showed them the Hangman versus Janela when the Dicks came out, and they were just like, "What is going on?" They thought it was like funny. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, all right.
I think I don't know, like cutting edge for us because my generation's weird. So everything's social media based. You know what I mean? Like we don't need to go on TV to see a pair of boobs. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't need to add it there. You know what I'm saying? We have YouTube. We have all this stuff. So if you're going to make cutting edge TV, I literally think it's what All Elite's going to do with the athletes that they have, and I think they just have to be funny, and they have to, because WWE's, let's face it, it's run by old people. I remember James was talking about this, how Vince is, 70 whatever,
right,
70, 72, 70.
With the James Dean and John Wayne thing.
Yeah, James Dean, John Wayne, like I'm telling you right now, I know about them. I have no idea what they're like, James Dean or John Wayne.
Right.
And like that's what I'm saying about the generational thing. We don't want something shoved in our face. And let's face it, WWE is shoved in my generation's face. Like if people don't watch it, they've heard WWE, they know who Vince is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They
know what pro wrestling is, but they don't want something shoved in their face that's going to be, characters, colorful characters, wrestling in this, let's face it, average matches all the time.
Mm-hmm.
With we need storylines to follow. We need cutting edge reality TV. Like that's honestly what my generation is. We're not so different from the people who watched ECW and the people who watched Attitude Era.
Okay, see, that's the feeling that I get. Like I feel like it's cycling back because, like, to older guys, like I want to say like older than me because I feel like it's cycling back with your generation and younger.
Yeah,
but like you guys are getting a bad name from the generation that came before you, and it's like I feel like you guys are almost, to a certain extent, revolting against some of that came before. Like I'm talking about people in their late 20s, early 30s, and you guys are coming up, and it seems like maybe you guys kind of want edgier stuff again. Like that's over. That whole PC, like everything in a safety net. Don't show them any violence. I think that's over again. You know what I mean?
And especially with the whole violence thing. Like, I was literally sitting in class this morning. I was on my laptop, and I saw a tweet. Yeah, I know, right? I was in class. I was on Twitter. It doesn't matter. But I saw a tweet about some guy, and it's a video. You can see everything. I saw a dude who got really, brutally shot at a subway in New York or whatever. Mm-hmm. And if we're on social media and we see these violent things, we're exposed to violence already. So why don't they give us something that we can watch that we know, because my generation's super smart too. So we know pro wrestling's fake. That's the thing. Everyone knows pro wrestling's fake, whatever. Right. But when I show my friends that, they're like, "Oh my god, I didn't realize how much of an art it was." That's what the thing that. Okay. My friends are intelligent. They get it. They're like, this is actually art. But we don't we would love to see violence like that again. I'm not saying it needs to be ECW violence, but more cutting edge. Just more, people believable.
Not boring. I guess.
Not boring. That's all. That's all that needs to be said. Not boring.
Right.
And we're just like you said, everything cycles around. People 1991. Kurt Cobain was wearing ripped jeans. I own 4 pairs of ripped jeans. Everyone owns ripped jeans now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everything's
exactly.
cycling, and that's the same. Yeah. The people who listen to that music are the same people who liked the Attitude Era. The same people who loved that. Mm-hmm. The same people who watched ECW and Nitro. That's the thing that they need to do. They don't know how to change with the times. I don't know if obviously they needed to go back to I know Attitude Era, and then they had the Ruthless Aggression with early 2000s, mid 2000s. I don't know how they got so in their brain that we need to go back to kids.
Right, yeah.
But it just seems like they're not. It seems like I've been watching wrestling since I was 9 or 10. And it just seems like nothing changes, and it literally gets worse. Mm-hmm. Like you think that as the times evolve, they would try and make their product more cutting edge and more, I don't want to say realistic, but in a way more realistic, more reality TV, like Nitro was.
Well, it sounds like what you're describing. Vince Russo says this stuff all the time.
Yeah, and people hate on him for it, but he, that's what I'm saying. That's why
he mentioned Dean Ambrose recently. I think it was Dean. It was a real life situation. I think it was Dean, but don't quote me. But I think he said, "That's the story, bro. So put the story on TV."
Yeah.
Exactly. Make him do that. Tell the people his contract is up. Tell the people he's PO'd, he's this and that, and let him go crazy.
And if you remember, what was it, 8 years ago, I guess now, when they came out and did that with Punk. Punk was the hottest thing in wrestling for the next 2 years.
Perfect example.
So I know that obviously WWE doesn't want to, Vince doesn't want to even acknowledge Punk and anything he did for them, even though he carried that company for how long. But I don't know if they just don't, they can just go back and look at that and be like, we got to do this with Ambrose.
Right.
If they did that for just 2 months, their product would get so much better. And that's the thing with my generation too. I read that thing on social media, And I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, I'm smart and like I get it. So like I know he's not gonna win a title. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But people that are casual fans and they see that and they're like, oh, well, if they see him on TV and that's acknowledged, they're gonna be like, holy crap. Because I know when I was 11 and Punk said that, I literally thought, because we watched that pay-per-view together, I think. I literally thought, like, bro, he just won the championship. He's going to leave.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I believe that.
Yeah.
And I don't know why they can't. I'm not saying Ambrose needs to win the title, but at least run with it and make him beat up a ton of the wrestlers and get your ratings up and just make him hot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
And maybe if they do that, in turn, Ambrose will want to resign. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never know. But they're so in a box. They just can't get out of it. And it's ridiculous. And they just don't know how to. They don't know something. They're bad at acknowledging things, especially in the social media generation when something's hot. I don't know how many wrestlers I've seen tweet some like mysterious thing about, oh my gosh, like I think AJ likes. I think I sent it to you. AJ said something. One of his fans tweeted something about Ali or just like something, and he seemed or like a new or no, what it was a new contract. Someone said that he agreed to terms of the new contract.
Yeah, I saw that.
It was probably Meltzer because it's Meltzer, but AJ literally said something like, I as far as I'm concerned, this hasn't happened. So if you're gonna see that,
yeah, he was like, really? Tell me if you hear anything more because this is news to me.
yeah,
Yeah.
like if you're gonna see, like they've got to have some people monitoring their social medias, and if they're gonna see that, maybe they'll be like, oh, AJ's discontent. He's our let's face it, he's their number one guy. They rely on him.
Mm-hmm.
They need to be like, we need to change something up, and we need to kick this back into gear and maybe turn back the clocks to the late 1990s. And we need to do something before these guys all want to jump ship, because that's honestly, I go day by day. I see something new. I swear, I send you something every day that I see on social media about a wrestler being discontent.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
For the
I don't know
the past month, it's like every day you're hearing something.
Even Lesnar, and like I feel like he's been pretty mad for years now though, because he hasn't had they haven't made anybody that he can get over, because he's literally just booked to kill them. And I feel bad for the guy because he gets heat for it and it's not his fault. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I know. So let's do this. This Thursday, February 7th, there's a big AEW rally. We will get you on at some point post AEW rally to talk some AEW.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what you are expecting. Is it going to be Kenny Omega, or are there going to be other surprises?
Honestly, bro, I don't know if it's gonna be Omega. I'm kind of going into it with a little, not like a lot, but with like a little burning passion inside of me, and in the back of my mind that they might have a TV deal.
Mm-hmm.
I think that might be the big announcement, because I still think it's a little fresh for the whole Kenny thing, because his contract ended the 31st or something.
Yeah.
Like I still, because he said he's gonna take time off, and I think he actually, because he's, watching the show and keeping up with them, I think he's actually like the type of dude, if he says something, that's what he's going to do. I think he'll sign eventually. I don't think right now is the time to announce that. I think we might see a TV deal, and it might start, I don't know. I think TV deal is a huge announcement. I think they'll announce some of these younger, I think Penta and Rey Fenix will officially be there.
Right, yeah. I totally
That's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting those two guys to definitely be there with they actually signed a contract, and I'm expecting a TV deal. I don't even know if I'm expecting a TV deal, but I think something tells me that might be what a big surprise is.
That's my big hope. I don't expect it, but I'm hoping.
Exactly.
Because then we can finally look at it and go, okay, now we're in business. What do we got? Are we on TNT, TBS? Let's take a look at their lineup. What time are they going to be on? What day? And then we can start the speculation.
And also, I would not be surprised if they had, I know you've been talking about Swagger and Ryback.
Yeah.
I won't be surprised if they have one, if not both of those guys there.
Great. That would be great.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because, bro, if Ryback came out, that would be ridiculous.
Yes, it would.
Just the fact that, oh, man. That's what I'm expecting. I'm not expecting anything ginormous like a Kenny Omega, but maybe a TV deal. Definitely Penta and Rey, I think, will be there. Rey Fenix.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm not expecting anything gigantic by any means.
All right, Q, well, listen. Keep up at the recruiting center down there.
For sure.
Is the coffee okay? I mean, be honest. If it's not, we can get you better coffee at the recruiting center down there in Philly.
Bro, I don't know if it's something about, the rivers, but sometimes it's a little...
The water's a little... Yeah.
The water's a little... If you guys... I know you can't really, milk gets spoiled or whatever. Maybe send us a little bit better coffee to get these guys more into it.
All right, well, keep me updated. If it's not the
I will.
coffee, then we'll send you the bottled water from the SOS account. No big deal.
No big deal.
All
No
right.
big deal.
Q, thanks for joining me. And like I said, we'll get you back on
Thanks
this
for
week.
having me.
Yep. All right, for Lil Q, this is Hollywood Edwards, Soldiers of Shoot.